thank the good gentleman. Now I'd like the chair would recognize the good gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Hice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I likewise deeply am grateful for your leadership in putting this together. Look, this is a call for our entire country to come together. This should not be something that is wrapped up in partisan politics. We are talking about securing our border. Securing our border, and right now we have a discharge petition to save Title 42, and unfortunately Democrats are refusing to support that discharge. I'm calling on them tonight to come on, to sign on the discharge, and let's save Title 42. This is in defense of our country, in defense of our national security. Again, this
Mr. Hice, could you tell us how many have signed? How many Democrats have signed the discharge? The discharge brings the bill to the floor. How many have signed?
Mr. Chairman, there are zero, to my knowledge.
Now, there are Democrats that are out there talking about the border crisis and saying we got to fix it, but yet they won't sign it.
And I'm calling on them tonight, we are calling on them tonight to sign it. This is a national security issue. What is the problem here? It makes no sense to me that we have no Democrats who have signed on to this discharge petition. And as you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, I mean, we are now watching, and Mr. Good from Virginia as well, we are watching now the numbers soar to the point of doubling, more than doubling the maximum that we have had in the years past. In the year 2000, we had 220,000 apprehensions. Now it's going to soar over 500,000. And we are sitting back here in the people's house doing nothing about it. We are responsible as the governing body of this country to defend our borders. And this is, look, right now, the surge that is taking place, Mr. Speaker, we are having Customs and Border Protection agents who are now being moved to process these illegal individuals. ICE agents are being moved to process these individuals coming across our border. The U.S. Marshals are leaving the various places around this country where they are serving to go to our southern border to try to help with this crisis that has no business even being a crisis. And yet, so now we have all these agents who are not even doing their job because they're processing illegal individuals coming across this country. And now we hear that DHS is calling on other federal government agencies to provide doctors. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't know of many agencies in the federal government who have doctors. So where are they going to come from? Perhaps the Department of Defense. Certainly there are some doctors in the VA. Okay, let's say those doctors go to the southern border. Well, then what happens to our veterans who now are lacking doctors to help serve them? None of this makes any sense, and it leaves our entire country in a very vulnerable situation. And I would just say, look, border security is an enormous component to national security. And if we do not have secure borders, we do not have a secure nation. So I'm calling on our Democrats today to sign on to the discharge petition. Let's save Title 42, and for crying out loud, let's defend our borders and get over the partisan politics and do the right thing and defend our borders. With that, I'll yield back.
Mr. Speaker, I recognize the gentlelady from Colorado, Ms. Boebert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for leading us